guys, and welcome back to my channel. Just doing a quick update on the plumerias grown in Zone 6, Ohio. As you know, I've had these three plumerias for the last 2 years. I have Dwarf Deciduous here, and Dwarf Divine here, and I'll walk over to Dwarf Musk Rainbow in a minute. I chose these three varieties because of their compact growth. The one that has bloomed the most for me is the Dwarf Deciduous. It doesn't even have a 12-inch stem as yet, but that was the one that was in bloom literally all year last year. Now this year, I decided to repot it, as you're supposed to put them in, the ratio is like for every 12 inches of their stem trunk, you're supposed to use 1 gallon pots per every 12 inches. You could start them in the smaller pots and then move them up to about a gallon when the stem is about 12 inches. Now, if you've already received a 12-inch cutting, then starting them in the gallon pot is actually just fine. This one was really short when I got it. It's still very short, but that's the one that actually blooms the most. This year, it did not bloom after I repotted it. It is letting me know that it is very, very annoyed by the fact that I repotted it. But that said, it is still very healthy. The leaves are healthy. I don't have any pest problems, despite Plumeria being known for spider mites. So be careful if you're growing them in pots and you have them inside with the rest of your other plants. They can actually take spider mites along with them, which don't seem to bother them too much, but they'll bother your other house plants, of course. Now here's Dwarf Divine. It is a lot bigger in form than the Dwarf Deciduous. The trunk is taller than 12 inches, about 14 inches. They're potted in regular potting soil, amended with perlite, and I added a little bit of my untreated cedar mulch chips to aerate the soil. They're watered when it rains and fed twice per season with the bloom boosting Plumeria food from Grow More, which I will show you later. Now these guys generally don't need much pest control, but if you're taking them inside with the rest of your collection, I do suggest using some kind of miticide and fungicide, because they are spider mite, like totally attractors of spider mites. They're prone to getting spider mites. Mine don't have any right now, but you never know. Let's move on over to the Dwarf Musk Rainbow. Let me show you how that one's doing. Here it is. And here's the food that I was talking about before. This food is wonderful for bloom boosting. Hawaiian Bud and Bloom. NPK values of 550, 17. As you can see, the middle number, the potassium, is very high and actually helps the thing to bloom. Now, my Dwarf Musk Rainbow has not bloomed at all. However, it also protested after I repotted it. Some of the leaves went kind of yellow, but the roots were fine, so I have not worried about it at all. It is also in the same mix, but I have it's topped right now with Easy Straw seeding mulch. I also use that as a top dressing on some of my plants, and they seem to like it. The Dwarf Musk Rainbow has these beautiful flowers, kind of a rainbow colored, looks like a Hawaiian sunset, really. You know, similar to this, but a little bit darker. And I got all of these actually for the fragrance. So if you're growing Plumeria up north, try to get the ones that definitely are known for their scent. Dwarf Rainbow, Dwarf Divine, and Dwarf Deciduous have beautiful fragrances. So this is the 2-year update of the Plumeria. They're doing just fine and have just received their uppotting. They're doing pretty well, actually. I'm just looking forward to the blooms to come. Now my one that bloomed a lot, I hope that it will get over its little hissy fit and start blooming again. And at some point, these guys will bloom too. I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, guys, Thanks for watching. This was the update on the Zone 6 Plumeria grown in pots. And if you're growing Plumeria up north where it's not the most ideal, let me know how yours are doing, by the way. I think I made a couple Plumeria friends all across the United States. They're such fun plants to grow and fragrant too. Man, it would be fun if I lived in Hawaii to just be amongst the rest of them, the big beautiful ones. Anyway guys, if you like this kind of content focused on buds, blooms and fragrant plants, please consider subscribing. Consider sharing this with a friend if they could find it helpful. And leave the comments in the comment section if you'd like to know anything about my experience growing the Plumeria potted. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care. Goodbye.
Mommy, the deck. Look at it right here.
Yes, son.
Crockfully. It's crockfully right here.
It's crockfully.